This is the point where I talk to my camera and pretend that there's people watching. What up? Hi. So, not too sure how this is going to go. If you haven't noticed, this is a lot better quality than all my other shit. Yeah. We'll see how the audio portion of that goes. By the way, I think it's super funny that my camera's being held up by the Holy Bible right now with what I'm about to talk about. So, I've had a few different ideas of what it is that I wanted to talk about, but I keep on putting it off and putting it off, partly because I've been spending, a lot of time with my partner and with my family because I'm moving out of the house that I'm living in now with my roommates and moving in with some of my family members into Seattle. So I've been pretty busy with that. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of the tips that I've been getting for YouTuber to have a consistent schedule, and that is not something that I'm doing at all. Oops. Something just has seriously bothered me today. As some of you may or may not know, I am a flaming homo, or queerio, or gayby, or whatever cute little term I decide to put on myself. Since I came out and started presenting less feminine, cutting my hair, wearing different clothes, getting, certain tattoos. I've definitely had judgment. When I worked at Home Depot, I had customers tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about because I was gay, tell me to go and get them a man, say that I only think that I know what I'm talking about because I'm gay, call me a carpet muncher, cunt, dyke, bitch, homo, fag, queerbait, dyke, butch, slut, pretty much anything you can think of. But what a lot of people didn't know is that I went and I bought books on electrical work, studied at home, and I looked things up on my own time, and I went past the training that the company provided so that I knew what I was talking about. But it wasn't just the customers, or as I like to call them, customers. It was also a lot of the employees. And it was an extremely difficult time for me because I was just starting to come into who I was, come out as who I was, and not getting a lot of that support was really difficult. It would have been amazing to get a lot of the one-on-one support as a mentor that you're supposed to have at Home Depot, an open door policy, and that just didn't happen with the location that I was at. But I got over it and I got thicker skin, not that my skin is thin to begin with. I had 3 customers today call me a fag. As some of you may or may not know, I am a huge activist for not only LGBT rights and activism and happiness, but just all kinds of different intersectionalities. As I kind of mentioned in my last video, it's an identity, not a you-identity, and sometimes I just get really fed up with people using my life or how I identify or even how they think I identify as a reason to put themselves above me. I'm working at a grocery store and I'm a department manager, but I've been cashiering for a while because my foot's broken. I had 3 customers today call me a fag. I was ringing up these people's groceries and they called me a fag. What? How? God damn it. And then there was another customer there was one customer and I was talking about my partner and I'd used the word partner. There was this man and his son behind them, and I had said something about my partner. I was saying something about how I'm really happy and I don't know, just something. I was in a good moment, I guess. And this man just started glaring at me. And he took his groceries off of the grocery belt and he dragged his son away from my line and brought them over to a co-worker's line. And as his son left, he kept on taking his son's head and like moving it anytime he caught his son looking at me. Just yanking his son's head forward so that he wouldn't look at me. And then made sure that he was as far away as possible from me. And then glared at me as he was leaving and was rolling his eyes and everything. And I swear to God, I really do have thick skin. It kind of comes with the territory of the life that I've had. When you've been through the shit that I have, you're not a very sensitive person. But every now and again, I think that children are our future. And if all I'm doing is trying to ring up your fucking onions and your fucking milk and your motherfucking cheese, and you physically and forcefully yank your child's head so their eyesight is not in my general direction, and then spit on my register because you perceive me a certain way that's against your culture? Oh my God. Do you have any idea what my culture says about yours? And I do not treat you with any disrespect. It is 2015. Oh my God, I don't understand. I don't know. I want this channel to be fun and happy and light, and I got called a fag today. Now that that serious part is over, let me just go in. Okay, so this is something that has bothered me since I was super, super young. Like, I think like middle school, right? I found out traditionally fag, and correct me in the comments or I don't know, whatever. The fag originally was a bundle of sticks that they would use to burn witches at the stake. And then during some American war, or American, you know, it was like during the civil rights and shit like that, they would use a bundle of sticks, or a fag, both in the US and I think in the UK, to burn gay men or perceived gay men at the stake. It was always like either a witch or a gay man. So, oh, and it's also, you know, a cigarette in different countries. Yeah, and then they started using, at least in the US, we started colloquially accepting it as a term for gayness or homosexuality, because bundle of sticks, penis, blah blah blah. That's great. If you're gonna use a derogatory term on me, I mean, I know that I talk about my dick all the time, but bitches, it detaches. If you're going to use derogatory terms on me, use the right ones so you don't sound as much like an ignorant little bitch. Call me a dyke, a butch, a lesbian, a homo is kind of acceptable. I mean, a homo is closer than a fag. Call me a carpet muncher, call me a pussy licker, call me a pillow princess. I mean, that's not accurate at all by any means, but I mean, it's at least somewhat closer. Call me a lesbian, U-Haul lesbian even though that's not accurate, but I mean, I have a vagina, and I like vagina and personality, but I don't like penis. I don't like biological penis. I don't have a biological penis. So, don't call me a fag. I mean, you could even say gay, just because gay seems to be like an umbrella term that we haven't quite gotten rid of yet as an umbrella term. But, I mean, a fag? That's, nah. Call me a cunt. I call myself a cunt all the time. Even though I've done absolutely nothing cunty towards you, even though you're an amazing customer, I still treat you with respect while I ring up your dirty onions. Maybe this could be a knowledge porn because I talked about the origins of the word fag. Maybe. Bye!